Hello, everyone. I know things look a little bit different. For example, I don't have my face cam on. If you haven't been to the streams recently, I started using a PNG tuber just because I'm not feeling up to being on camera currently. So I started using a little PNG tuber just so that way I feel good about streaming, if that makes sense. I've been meaning to get back to Vampire the Masquerade Shadows of New York for some time. I started it back in like November. I've played it 2 times since then for about 3 hours each. And then I had a very hard time coming back to it because 1, I don't feel good being on camera anymore. And 2, visual novels take a lot out of me because it's just me constantly talking. It's not me having a conversation and taking breaks with my voice. It's just me constantly talking. So, I figured what I would do is I would start doing, we'll just do one night at a time, and however long it takes me to get through one night, that's the video. So, here we go. I have no idea how frequently I'm going to post these, but I'll cross that bridge when I get there. I'll hopefully have figured it out by the time you're seeing this. So, with that being said, I do want to tweak my PNG tuber just a fraction here. There we go. I don't like the gap that I was seeing. I didn't like that. So yeah. And I don't think this is going to be like my permanent PNG tuber. Like, this is just something, it's an old picture from high school that I ran through one of those AI filters way back when the AI filters first came out, before it came out that they steal art. So, this isn't going to be the permanent one. Kimi, who made my emotes for Twitch, I'm more than likely going to commission her to make me a better one once I actually have the money to pay her for it. So, but she's already got an idea of what I want for it, and she's got some ideas kicking around. We've been talking about it, but as of right now, I have not commissioned her for it. So, this is what I'm working with. And I make one myself, but I don't have those skills. Be glad I figured out how to remove the background and make it transparent to be here. Like, be glad I did that much, okay? I did not learn the Photoshop skills. A friend tried to teach me, it didn't stick. So, it was not my thing. God, we're only 5 nights in. I need to clean my glasses. And ordinarily, I would have a cat cam on too, but Maru has decided he is not going to be laying in his basket today, so there's no point in having the cat cam on. Like, I keep looking over, like the camera's there. It's not. It's fine. Okay, so we have to rest. So we'll go ahead and do that. I'm also hoping my PNG tuber's not in the way of text. Alright. A few minutes after I wake up, I see a message slipped under the apartment's front door. Kadir? Alright, I gotta click the actual arrow. Yep. Looks like he's got a short window to meet me in Queens. A few hours from now. Willett's Point. A single suggestion. Get ready for action. Okay. Fine then. I will. Best way to do it would be to clear my mind. Just walk without thinking. Reset the framework. Some fresh air should do it. Maybe a chance meeting with someone could get me out of this mental rut. Let me look at the world from a different angle for a while and improve my mood. Although when it comes to improving one's mood, nothing beats some crimson red pouring down my throat. Not to mention, these cigarettes taste best with a full stomach. Let's go. Alright, so we've got hide and seek for dummies. I'm being tailed. The last thing I need right now is a weirdo stalker following my every move. Did I take this investigation too far down the rabbit hole? And that's my table. There's no place like home, and I need a little peace. Big Beat Burger, here I come. But wait, who is this loot? That's the Malkavian that I attempted to befriend with Vita. It didn't go very well. Let's get rid of the tail. Tails are never good when you're a vampire. They get in the way of things. They cause trouble, make it hard to, keep up the masquerade. I'm sure there are better ways of finding solitude than wandering aimlessly in the endless downpour. There are nights when I dive straight into a thizzed? What the fuck does thizzed? A thizzed crowd and vicariously enjoy their sweat, their hypnotic moves, and mindless self-indulgence. Good band. I like them. When my body starts to resonate with the relentless wall of sound, everyone disappears, and I'm raptured into a perfect kind of isolation. Then there are those nights when I crash on the couch while Dakota goes on a rant about something so far removed from my area of interest, I zone out and enjoy the privacy of my own thoughts. But then there are moments like this one. Nights when I just want everyone to shut the fuck up so I can think. Those nights, I usually end up mindlessly strolling along the rain-swept streets before inevitably ending up at Big Beat Burger. Or at least it used to be the norm, for this whole mess. Lately, even that kind of solitude seems out of my reach, especially when I'm being tailed by a poor man's Ethan Hunt on a crash diet. He's been following me for 10 minutes, and so far he's managed to bump into an empty newsstand, make enemies of several cab drivers, and even got bitch-slapped by a living statue while trying to blend in. As he shortens the distance, I grab a nearby lamppost and swing myself around like Gene Kelly, using the momentum to quickly turn around and look right at him. Ah, hell nah. He springs up into the nearest alley. I wonder if he thinks that somehow somehow I did not notice. Use my dyslexia. I got ahead of myself. Make sure he knows you noticed. Just keep walking. Hang around in silence. I'll make sure he knows. You make sure. Hey, do me a favor, will you, asshole? Stop creeping on me. I'm about to walk away when an obnoxious voice, not belonging to the creep, catches my ear, coming from the same alley. Followed by a loud crash from sounds like the metal side of a garbage dumpster, followed by a painful moan. Maybe the stalker got himself into trouble. Check it out. I should let that creep deal with this himself. Should. But I won't. Can't have a moment's rest in this goddamn city, can I? As I barge into the alley, I notice two hooded jocks bullying my scrawny stalker. While the big guy rustles with a high-tech smartphone, the sleeker one keeps punching. How nice of them to share responsibilities. Ooh. Potens, fuck them up. Dominate, turn them against each other. Oblivion, scare them away. What to do? I like scaring people, honestly. So let's scare them away. With the exception of a single lamp flickering over the stalker's head, the alley is dim enough for me to keep to the shadows unnoticed. As I creep up on the roughneck, an eerie sensation slowly overwhelms my senses, like drowning, but without the feeling of suffocation. It's calling me softly from that limitless black. And between one step and the next, I realize that I'm unrecognizable, completely enveloped in darkness. You still don't understand it, whatever it is, the negative Nancy in my head warns. Maybe, but I know I can bend it to my will. In the blink of an eye, I emerge from the shadows, backed up by the sound of unnerving clicking and unintelligible whispers. He takes off like a turbocharged RC car, bumping into every single trash can before eventually jumping out of the alley. As the gloom settles, I turn my head, looking for the short goon, but he is long gone. I pick up the peculiar smartphone on my way over to the stalker. Doesn't take a genius to figure out it belongs to him. The screen is locked and glitches oddly as soon as I touch it. No surprises there. The stalker seems relieved, but at the same time unnerved by the fact that I'm holding his property. He tries to exhibit some confidence, but his trembling voice undermines the effort. Listen, I don't want to sound ungrateful or anything, but I'd like that back. Not like you can use it anyway, right? The nervous smirk on his already punchable face kinda makes me wish that I'd left him to his own devices. I'm of two minds about handing over something I could use to gain leverage over the sleazy asshole who's been stalking me for God knows how long. Hand the phone over, threaten to break the phone, or tease him a little. Tease him. What, this little thing right here? Yes, that little thing. Give it back. Are you sure you want it back? Looks so tasteless. Dorky. Overwhelmingly dorky. Wearing a Star Trek t-shirt to an opera. Dorky. Like Elon Musk probably thinks it's chic and cool. Dorky. This has aged well. I forget when. I think this came out in 2019. So this aged beautifully. I ain't joking. Did you see that? I almost dropped it right into the storm drain. Shit, that was close. Oh, for fuck's sake, come on. My boss will disembowel me on the spot if something happens to that phone. Say the magic word. Jesus fucking. Yeah, okay, please. Please, can I have it back? The second he tries something, it goes back into my hand and under my heel. There you go. He catches the phone with the liveliness of a little boy getting his first video game console. Thanks, Jules. Really appreciate that. He knows my name and makes a point of bragging about it. Not particularly subtle. Why the fuck are you following me? Are you with the Camarilla? Did somebody tell you to watch my steps? He looks confused when I mention the sect's name. I realize, after the fact, it was probably a really stupid thing to say to a random creep. Not sure what a caramella is. Sounds tasty. Well, my boss, he's an important guy. You want to be on his good side? Let me tell you. That said, he doesn't tell me anything I don't need to know. And all I know is he wanted me to keep an eye on you tonight. Something, something, you're being watched, something, something, powerful friends. That's the best you've got? You're not getting anything else from me. If you want to finish what those alley rats started, go ahead. But you'll be wasting your time, Jules. The loser seemed to brace for a hit, contorting his face into a confusing grimace which was probably meant to express bravado. I'm not going to give him the satisfaction. Fair enough. But call me Jules again, and this time you lose your phone. You'll need a proctologist to help you find it. Kinky, ain't ya? I'll see you later. You won't if you know it's good for you. He doesn't respond. As he limps away, I realize that the rain is slowly letting up, and that, once more, I'm left with more questions than answers. C'est la refrain de ma vie. I probably butchered that, and I apologize if I did. C'est la refrain de ma vie. I didn't take French. I don't even know if it's French. I decided to... Whoop. I waited too long. Okay. I decided to get on with my night and focus on the relief that comes with realizing I'm not the voyeuristic object of some creep's interest. Been there, done that. Wouldn't recommend it. Time to get a move on. Time to get back to work. Step inside the subway and head for my meeting with Kadir. Oh, for fuck's sake. I thought you were kidding. Nope, couldn't reach her. But I know for a fact Hope is here. He's pointing in the direction of a double spiral building. And what is she doing in there? I understand she's the current leader of the company, acting CEO to be exact. No, you're pulling my leg. Of all the places in this city, the company that brags about creating IT solutions of the future, always surrounded by rumors of monstrous workers' abuse, all sorts of ethical violations, trading information with governments, and ending the career of a certain promising journalist and professional fuck-up who attempts to investigate them seriously. You might be able to ask her both professional and personal questions. 2 birds with 1 stone. I don't get it. Last time I checked, the company belonged to Kara Montgomery. I'm told she quietly took a sabbatical for a few months ago. And it sure looks like the kind of sabbatical you don't come back from. Ah! Corporate backstabbing. Not a single corporate shark is as good at drawing blood as patrician kindred. Pretty sure there are bigger powers involved. Hang on. It's not in alphabetical order, which is annoying. No? Well, you don't answer my question. We just said it was highlighted in blue, so it should be in here. Why can't it be in alphabetical order to make it easier on me? Okay, fine. I give up. This doesn't... Oh, I must have to hit next, and then it goes in. I remember I was shocked when I first learned that one of my nemesis back in my old life was a vampire all along. When I realized her position made her untouchable to me, I was beyond mad. Okay, can I see it now? No. Okay, cool. I don't know why I can't see that. Well, whatever happened, it couldn't happen to a nicer person. What about her brother, Jesse? You're asking me? Last I checked, you were the expert on this company. I just handled the basic intel for you, even though I shouldn't even really be here. Yeah, and I hope you realize I'm grateful. You better be. So is Hope just another corporate shark? Well, she is the child of Carter. A theatrical pause. He smiles as he sees me wince. But very much unlike him. He took her in for her particular multifaceted talents related to the internet, knowing he's hopelessly behind the times in that regard. I hear she's been unruly, though. Well, unruly is good. I can work with unruly. So you're telling me she might not be a stuck-up startup bitch? Language. As I've told you a few times now, when it comes to the internet, just assume I haven't the slightest idea. I'm getting there myself. I haven't been able to check my email for 5 months. I have no idea what the kids at BBB are talking about most of the time. Oh my god, I might be getting old. Don't worry. The moment you realize you don't give a damn about most fads you would have cared about years ago is a liberating one. Been there, done that. At the beginning of the 20th century. Old. Anyway, you'll probably hear Hope's story straight from the horse's mouth. I don't have much time, so I'll get straight to the point. You shouldn't be looking at anything in the main building. It's just a front. Ignore it. What you want to do is use the elevators to get to the lowest floor of the building. I heard stories about the double spiral basement, but I had no idea what to make of them. Every source told me a different rumor. Did any of them tell you a rumor about an army of underground ghouls? No, but I'm all ears. Double Spiral employs an army of ghouls as a cheap workforce. They work and live underground, away from prying eyes, with lesser rights than regular kind employees. Perfect for business. Wow. I'm actually speechless for a second. I had profoundly low expectations at that company, but every time I learn something new about what's going on behind the scenes, I'm still surprised at the level of scumbaggery at play. I'll leave the moral judgments to you, expert. In any case, you need to reach room number 507, where the CEO supposedly resides. And then, get Hope to answer your question. His old-timey flip phone vibrates. Speaking of, if you've got any left for me, it's now or never. I'm needed at the art hole now. What's the security? How's the security? Yeah, good question. As far as I know, it's cameras, body heat sensors, and some electronic locks. Sounds like, with some luck, I might manage to infiltrate the building as nothing but a glitch in the system. A ghost in the shell. That was a good answer. The glitch might still provoke an investigation, so be careful. It is rare that our curses turn into blessings. When it seems they have, it's usually a trap. I'll keep that in mind. And keep your eyes peeled for the ghouls. The phone vibrates again. Well, that's it for me. Arturo was pestering me to show up at the Elysium 5 minutes ago. Tell him I kindly suggest he should go fuck himself. Not in 1,000 years. Well, good luck with your mission, soldier. What? Hi, Karlak. With a mock salute, he disappears inside his car and drives away. Nothing left for me but to head in. Still, I'm anxious. There are 2 approaches to choose from, and whichever I pick, I will have to stick with it. If I force my way in and assert my authority, bad cop style, that should make an impression. Bad bitch coming in with the entire court behind her back, bluffing her way to victory. Sneaking in and politely asking for cooperation seems like the less disruptive, more me option. But it's not like being me has taken me anywhere thus far. Shit, I kind of wish I was still stuck in my routine where I didn't need to be doing things like developing a personality. Bit of a coin flip, honestly, but gotta make a choice here. How do I approach Double Spiral? It's time to be aggressive. Better stay covert. Because the Camarilla knows I'm investigating. Well, I'm investigating the death of the Anarch boss, who was a partner of Prince, but we don't know that in this timeline currently. But I didn't tell them about the list of names that I found. So that's like private information. Like me and Kadir know that. And Kadir's been helping me on that aspect. So I feel like I should stay covert so I don't draw the attention of the Camarilla. Better stay covert. Trait updated. Oh boy. What does that mean? Not going to tell. Okay. Did I see my trait somewhere? No? Okay. Being aggressive is not me. I don't even want to think about the headaches I'd have to deal with. But yeah, exactly. The less disruptive I am, the better the chance they won't get pissed off at me. And I do need Hope to be cooperative. This good cop approach should pay off eventually. Alright, let's do this. I cloak myself in shadows and let my instinct take over. The lobby isn't well lit, so it's not hard to get behind the lone security guard. He does notice something is wrong with the security cameras and hits the display a few times, but once he's done, I'm already inside an emergency staircase and making it the descent. The doors to the deepest floor are locked, but it takes just a bit of brute force. And I'm inside. Hello, double spiral. Thought you wouldn't see me again, huh, assholes? I look around and find an emergency evacuation map. Bullseye. Looks like all the information I need is here. There it is, room 507. Hi. Someone comes around. Looks like one of Hope's nerdy ghouls is here to sniff around, but I'm already in the shadow. I slink away as she starts patrolling the corridor, checking if everything is okay. Cameras, body heat sensors, electronic locks. Still, I'm managing. I remain cautious, just like Kadir would want me to, but it's surprisingly easy for me to avoid security. Progressing toward room 507 is far easier than expected. I reach the double spiral offices where, just like Kadir said, hordes of ghouls are slaving away for their company. Deep learning, spyware, social media manipulation, yada yada. The important thing right now is everyone is staring at their own screen, so it's easy for me to keep sneaking. Hello again. Aside from the fact that she still seems to be on my trail, only slowed by the fact she's thorough in her search. Better pick up the pace. And there it is, the final corridor. Time to announce myself. I slowly walk to the end of the corridor. There it is, room 507. The door looks harder to take care of than the other ones in this place. Probably won't be able to take care of it the same way I did the others. The door to the office of the current double spiral CEO. This fucking company. I get pissed off, but I'm trying to control it. There's a camera by the door. If she knows what to look for, she can probably see I'm here on her screen. But just to make sure, I knock on the door. Hope, I'm a Camarilla detective, and I will need you to answer some questions. Hope, I know you're in there. Open the door. I will not leave until you do. I'm here on the behalf of the Sheriff of New York City. Hope? I keep pounding on the door and calling her name. After a minute or so, a voice rings out in the intercom. Is this thing on? I guess it is. Alright, I got your message loud and clear. I'll meet you in the offices. I'll be right there. Looks like you made it past poor Nastia. Get back to the offices and keep her company. She's probably beyond pissed off about you eluding her grasp. But don't make it a big deal, okay? Thank you for your cooperation. I'll be right there. What's up? Boy, she looks the same, but she looks different at the same time. I like it. Looks good on her. On the other hand, clothes you could reasonably expect to find in any CEO's wardrobe. On the other, a body covered in tattoos, flashy jewelry, dyed hair, and wild makeup. The thought that she might be yet another CEO playing the nonconformist crosses my mind, but she strikes me as someone who's more than happy to live her own little bubble. Still, I won't be fooled. She is the boss of Double Spiral. So, how did you find me? Sheriff Kadir Al-Assami did? You'd have to ask him. Take out a new cigarette without thinking. You can't smoke in here, lady. Just let her. Don't treat me like I'm your enemy. I come in peace. A deep, relaxing drag. So, when did you realize I was here? right at the start. There was a momentary laser malfunction. Lasted a second or two. Hasn't tripped an alarm, but I guess something was off. That's it? Hunches have gotten me every job I've ever had. Hunches saved my life anytime I got into a messy situation. These days, the reality is too complicated to rely on anything else. Can't find a better head of security than our Nastia, and her hunches are the main reason why. They're like a sixth sense. Corporate rebel, huh? What's that sixth sense? Don't I know you from somewhere? Haven't I seen you somewhere? Don't know. Club, maybe? Yeah. Last year, soon after I was embraced, I visited that one club at the refurbished warehouse, and you were there. You've got a memorable aura. Yeah, I DJ and help out there from time to time. Gotta show my face if I want to make it big. Why don't you focus on that? Following that career path doesn't exactly seem compatible with being head of security for Double Spiral. And not just because the necessary skill sets are so different. Nastia looks at Hope. Working at Double Spiral provides a lot of benefit to someone who relies on internet for promotion. Though slow aging is just a nice perk. Lovely chat, girls. But I'd love it if you saved it for later. I'm CEO now. I have a lot of duties. Must pretend to handle. I just need to ask you a few questions. Sure, yeah. Call me if you need me. Got a weird hunch about this one, too. Don't worry. I'll disappear as quietly as I arrive. Yeah, I prefer to be sure that you left, lady, so that I can report it to my boss. We'll talk security later. Don't worry, this shit happens. For now, take 5. Nastia leaves, and I'm left alone with Hope in the corner of the office. Feels funny to stand here in front of you. Oh, and why is that? You people had me fired from my job before I was embraced. I see, you're that, Lewinsky girl from Lodestar. Yeah. Somehow I never put 2 and 2 together. So you're the La Sombra rep for the city now, huh? As she's talking to me, she keeps tapping at her phone with terrifying speed. I don't feel like I have her full focus, and it's getting on my nerves. Just so you know, I have no idea why you've taken Kara Montgomery's place, and I doubt you'd tell me, but the bitch deserves to burn in hell. Hell yeah, she does. Wait, did you just admit? Hold your horses. No, Jesus, this is why normal CEOs pay for PR people to talk for them. I only agreed that she's a horrible person in every way that counts. Nothing more. Does she know that's what you think of her? Why did she let you take her position in the first place? What? I will just cut through the bullshit, okay, Miss Lodestar? I guess this is about Jesse and Kara covering his creepy ass. You spent months on this case, and you'd like some closure. Pretty much. Well, here's your closure. Double Spiral has severed practically all ties with them. They don't work here. They get no company money. They probably won't ever show up here again. The company's not their circus anymore, and the workers are not their monkeys. I'm in charge. So, yeah, if there's anything you'd like from me, I'm all ears. It wasn't just Jesse and his sister. This company has ingrained structures of abuse and immoral. I've ordered internal investigations and audits. Everyone related to those illicit activities was disciplined. Legal actions, firings, and rebukes, all depending on the severity of their misdemeanors. I don't have a stomach for all of that creepy corporate shit, so I'm trying to steer this ship in the right direction. Don't know what else I can tell you. Fuck's sake. No matter how I look at it, seems like she's done everything I hoped to achieve. The Montgomery clan is over. The queen bitch, a symbol of everything that's wrong with tech CEOs, is gone. Jesse, that perverted, embezzling son of a bitch, is gone. Should be glad, so. Why is there a sinking pit in my stomach? This doesn't feel right. Huh, that's capitalism. You should make amends. This doesn't feel right. Probably not, but hey, look at this company like the mafias in gangster movies. You don't really win by dismantling one. Another one will just as quickly take its place. You can only win by ensuring the organization gets the best possible leader. So, in Double Spiral's case, the best you can hope for, no pun intended, is me. The biggest case in my professional life, solved by some weirdo who fucked Kara and Jesse over in presumably underhanded ways. Doesn't get more anticlimactic than this. Fucking hell. I want to ask her how she did it, but why would she tell me? All I can guess is she's an outcast who decided to get her hands dirty and obtain power to do something she considered good. Something I've always been afraid to do. Anyway, I feel free. But I have a lot of work to do, so if this wasn't just a trip down memory lane and you have any other questions, speak now or forever hold your peace, okay? I feel like a car just ran me over, but I need to keep my shit together. Right. A few days ago, the Anarch Baron was found dead in his office. Are you familiar with the case? Douglas Callahan. Of course I'm familiar. Every kindred online is talking about it. And what are they saying? They're accusing everyone. I mean, it is the internet. Are they accusing you? Maru has come up on the desk and is trying to lay on the keyboard. Are you going to get in your basket now? Are they accusing you? Why would they do that? I found a peculiar note in Callahan's remains. It had your name on it. Huh? What can you say about this? Nothing. I never met the guy. Never even seen him. He wasn't my crowd. Then why would he have a note with your name in his pocket? I were Walt Disney's last written words, Kurt Russell. No clue. Were they really? Huh. I watch her closely, but nothing suggests she's hiding anything. Well, the note actually contained 3 other names, and nothing else. Agathon, D'Angelo, Tamika. Ringing any bells now? Her finger, which hasn't stopped moving across the phone touchscreen since I first saw her, freezes. Yeah, it kinda does, actually. The short list of promising, unaffiliated kindred that was making the rounds in NYC a few months ago. In case anyone needed a hero for hire. I didn't know Callahan had it. I know Sophie Langley did, as well as a few Primogen. Not sure about the Anarchs. Who could have prepared this list? One of the local information brokers. A short but telling pause. Anonymous. How anonymous? Sort of anonymous. She's obviously conflicted about whether she should tell me. Or maybe she's pretending so that I worm it out of her. Been a good sport ever since I walked through her door. Maybe appealing to her sense of morality will work. I really need your help. I want to prevent the tensions between the local anarchs and the court from escalating, and every lead helps. She briefly considers her options, then gives up. It's my sire, Carter Vander Weyden. Ooh, that's a mouthful. Vander Weyden. Weyden. Something. Oh! He's brokering information? Everyone knows becoming the Prince of New York is his ultimate goal, and that he wants to make friends in all the high places. Sharing useful intel is a pretty effective way to achieve that. So you're telling me that he, a Malkavian Primogen, sold this list to an Anarch Baron? Sure looks like it. Why would he suggest his own child to somebody? To have a person on the inside, just another way to further his information web. Wouldn't they realize you two are close? The story going around is he left me alone and I hate his guts. Well, at least half of that is true. She's talkative. Probably sees me as a way to undermine Carter. See how much further I can push her. Huh. I was wondering how someone like you could control a company like Double Spiral. I suppose a friend in high places would explain it. Yeah, lucky me. Not happy about being a boss. Not happy about ruining Montgomery. Not happy about being rich. Not happy about being a boss. Not happy about being a girl boss. Leading one of the biggest IT companies in the country. Boss, huh? She stares at dozens of displays on the wall in front of her. Do you remember the Y2K era internet? Jesus, I barely remember the internet at all. My people can't really use it. But yeah, I guess I sort of remember. Forums, GeoCities, browser wars, all those handmade amateurish web pages. I made a few of those, or at least I attempted to. That was when a friend was trying to teach me how to use Photoshop. Photoshop sucks now. It was a golden age. Everyone was welcomed to freely express their creativity and obsessions in this abstract new frontier. No formulated rules. Every site was a distinct new universe to explore. You know, as a kid, for some reason, I kept saving every web page that moved, changed me in some way. I don't even know why I did it, but today, a folder with these is one of my greatest treasures. Fast forward to today, I'm the boss of a company that has one overarching goal: steer the online narrative in every possible way that benefits the Camarilla. And because the online world is so fucked right now, I can do it using only 5 websites or so. Every day, I deploy thousands of believable sock puppets to force some belief on the masses. Right now, they're being managed by these ghouls. Soon, they will be partially managed by AI. Basically, an all-American version of the Chinese 50-cent party. A new pattern of public opinion guidance. Ever since I was a teen, I've pretended to be different people online for fun. Aping the posting patterns of others was something I turned out to be horrifyingly good at. I became even better at it after the embrace. Something about the voice of Malkav in my head. After several years, I became a one-person internet empire. I could impersonate anyone. I dream of Tulips, a humble florist from Chattanooga who strives to share positive energy with her audience using photos of beautiful bouquets, motivational quotes, and the occasional The Office gif. Volva Hufflepuff, a single mom from Brighton, who reckons all these trans women must be bonkers and spends seemingly every waking moment of her life having a row with anyone who disagrees. Polygon Classist, a 19-year-old kid from Utah who keeps posting Y2K 3D renders of poorly proportioned, scantily clad ladies and telling his audience to remember what they took from you. Somehow, this talent got me here, where it's no longer fun, but work. Work I usually entrust to these schools because of all my duties. I want out before my entire fucking mind gets monetized. But Carter won't have it. So I'll keep doing my best for both him and Double Spiral's investors. That's why she wants me to look at him. I assume most of your operations focus on New York City. A lot of them, yeah. How do you imitate a New Yorker's voice with these sock puppet accounts? Living in Manhattan and being, mentally unstable makes this shit easy. To a normal, well-adjusted person from outside the city, everyone here seems mentally unstable. Ever watched that 9/11 Howard Stern show? No, I don't think I did either. Check it out someday. It's educational. Ask anyone in NYC about it, and they're like, it was a great bonding moment. He was helping us make sense of everything. He kept saying what we were all thinking. Then you listen to it, and it's everyone yelling that we need to nuke something, maybe the entire world, get rid of all the Muslims, fuck human rights, no investigations, take the oil, cheery. Yeah, that sounds pretty fucked up. You watch it, you study it, you witness that specific brand of humor in the face of tragedy, and you understand that nothing outside of NYC really exists for people who live here, other than vampires. Or the vampires, sorry. Dyslexic. My brain jumped ahead. A foundational text, really. Whenever I need to get in that New York mindset for work, I let it play in the background. Works like a charm. Seriously, give it a shot sometime. Someday I might. For now, I think I'll confront Vander Weyden with what you've told me. Or is it what you haven't told me? What's the story? Me? Of course I haven't told you anything. You're such a good investigator. You figured it out all by yourself. And if he asks, just tell him Kaiser sold you the info. That should do the trick. I see. Thank you. What for? I did nothing. Let Nastia show you out. And if you don't know Vander Weyden's address, just ask her. Well, okay then. Whee! We're flying through space. But have you seen the moon? Sorry. Thank you for having me, Mr. Vander Weyden. No need, no need. I'll be happy to assist your investigation in whatever way I can, Miss Sowinski. We'll hate you. That sickeningly sweet smile in this office, spacious but oppressive. Here's a man who knows how to subtly unnerve people. But does he even realize it? And I'm sure the presence of the esteemed Addison Payne will guarantee I'm totally transparent. Am I right, Addison? Looks like I've interrupted a friendly meeting. In the far corner of the room, I spot glasses of blood and 2 spittoons. Vices and follies of the rich. Are you sure I'm not wasting your time? Not at all. Busy as I might be, I can't say I'm not curious about the findings in the case. Right. Addison speaks through his servant, through a telepath. That's right. Yes, my thoughts exactly. How are you handling your newfound responsibility? I'm managing. I'll start by asking the obvious. Where were you the night Douglas Callahan met his, untimely demise? Vander Weyden raises an eyebrow and then lets out a restrained chuckle. Hear that, Addison? I might be a suspect of foul play. Exciting, isn't it? Carter, no antics, please. Just answer the question. Of course. Well, I was right here, just like I told Prince Bernard. As much as I love to celebrate my power, sometimes one has to celebrate the amount of work piling up on their desk. So, your alibi is you were right here. Alibi? Ah, yes, I suppose. Can anyone back up your story? Well, I did make a few business-related phone calls as I was working, so there's that. That doesn't really answer my question, does it? He regards me with a stare reserved for a troublesome child. Miss Sowinski, this right here is my private little fortress, a space specifically designed to make me focus. I don't really let people in to break that focus. Aside from occasional esteemed guests, such as yourselves, of course, and a few wonderful Mexican women responsible for cleaning duties. So you don't have an alibi. The look in his eyes screams, why don't you at least pretend to try to get on board with my program, kid? I suppose, but why would that matter? Because I found something that belongs to you, on the victim's person. Pardon me? Took the words right out of my mouth. We're not talking a murder weapon or something of that caliber, of course. No, it was a short list of 4 names, unaffiliated kindred whose services could be useful to anyone interested in toppling the current power balance in NYC. Tamika, Hope, D'Angelo, and Agathon. Excuse me, Miss Sawinski, but I'm afraid I don't follow. How is that something that belongs to me? I have it on good authority that's a short list you've been shopping around to anyone interested here in NYC, be it the Camarilla or the Anarchs. Addison tenses up, and his host is not happy about it. This is just preposterous. I'm calling your bluff right here, miss. No, the bluff is coming right now. Mr. van der Weyden, if you want to voice concerns about the information I have, how about you voice them to Kaiser, not me? Addison turns to van der Weyden, clenching his lips and gripping his wheelchair armrests tightly. For a brief moment, the ever-present smile on van der Weyden's face goes missing, and the expression that replaces it reminds me of a horrifying void, like a sneak peek into what's really going on in his soul. He quickly collects himself, but the image is burned into my retinas. To think these sorts of unsavory rumors are circulating around me. I should be grateful you let me. So you're denying it? Of course I'm denying it. Categorically. You can bet your life savings. I certainly hope it is nothing more than an unfortunate blunder. Me too, Brute? Come on, Addison. We've known each other for years. Yes. And what about it? I will... Sweet Jesus, Addison. I will get back to you in a second. Any more questions, Miss Sawinski? Any of the names on the list sound familiar to you? No. I mean, yes, that is my long-estranged child on your list, but that's just another reason why I'm flabbergasted anyone would consider it mine. I see. Well, I hope you understand why I'm considering you a prime suspect now. Yes, and I swear to clear my name as soon as possible. Scout's honor. Any more questions? I'm good for now. Sheriff Al-Sami will probably contact you later. I will get in touch with him myself, ASAP. Once again, thank you for your work. He extends his hand toward me, practically forcing me to shake it. Then he puts his hand on my shoulder to lead me to the door, all too eager to see me off. Out of sheer curiosity, Mr. van der Weyden, I have one more question. It may be a bit random. I really didn't need to ask it, but I wanted him to die inside for a moment. Of course, my dear. His slightly strained tone suggests I may have succeeded. You seem like a person who couldn't live outside of New York. By chance, have you listened to Howard Stern's talk show after the World Trade Center fell? A tad unsure, but once again, carefully controlled chuckle escaped his mouth. Jeez, that is random, but well... New York, born and raised, just like you said. Of course I did. Your opinion? Same as everyone else. It was the spiritual guidance we needed that day, coming from the unlikeliest of places. A visceral response that verbalized everything we felt. A beautiful moment of unity. Not that I'm into low-brow jokes about Pamela Anderson and the typical shock value the show tended to offer, but as far as I'm concerned, Howard did an indispensable thing that day. Why are you asking? No particular reason. I thought it might give me some insight into the kind of person you are. Well, that's the kind of person I am. Just your average New Yorker. So it seemed. Well then, I'll leave you and Mr. Payne to your plans for conquering the city. Conquering the... Now that's spicy. Addison, I love this girl. She's gonna go far, I'm telling you. She's got spunk, glint in her eye. Goodbye, Miss Sawinski. I wish you a pleasant respite and a swift success in your investigation. Good night. I make it a point to bow to Addison's servant, not the man himself. Doubt he even noticed, but at least these invisible displays of rebellion make me feel a little better about myself. Alright, the faster I leave, the better. Julia. Father. How are you holding up? I'm fine. Stumbling around and hoping for a miracle to happen, like always. No better place to ask for a miracle than behind these gates, you know. So I hear. As I pass him the report about Aisling and Agathon, I look around. But Ben is nowhere to be seen. Finally, a one-on-one chat. Feels nice to be able to chat one-on-one for once. Ha, yes, I knew you'd say that. I had errands to run, and I thought it might be for the best if Ben took care of these. Wasn't in the mood for a childish spat tonight, huh? Something along those lines. Listen, can't you think of something to placate him? Placate him how, exactly? Ben won't accept anything less than me joining a convent. He's like a worried parent, a basic gesture here and there, showing up in church from time to time and pretending to listen would get him off your case. I mean, I've been through this song and dance before with my own worried parents when I was a teenager. Wandering in the forest until mass was over, not even being able to smoke because they'd pick up the scent. Not the best moment of my life, you know? And part of the reason I'm distancing myself from them. I don't need this fake energy in my life, and I'm honestly weirded out by you asking me to lie. I'm not asking you to lie, Julia. Let me ask you this way. Are you a spiritual person? I guess I am. Kind of. Always was. Suddenly, being able to see ghosts did not change a thing. I think it's mostly because seeing the world as purely material seemed boring to me somehow. You are. And you were raised Catholic. So can't you find a way to express that spirituality in our church? I don't see a way right now. And why is that? I sigh. Too many people who think my soul needs to be saved because I live with a woman, for starters. I don't know, there's a lot of reasons. Like sin of drinking blood every other night, or feeling some primal fear whenever I walk by a clergyman whose faith seems to be actually genuine. That one sounds like an excuse. About your relationship with God, not other people. In theory. But back in the old country, I've heard my share of homilies that felt like complete condemnations for my kind. And none of that would condemn hate toward people like me. And you know, when church-adjacent people try to stir shit around your very existence, every few months, some minimal support would be appreciated. Sorry, all you can count on is silent complicity. I get it. I know there's a lot of work to be done, and a lot of undeserved hurt going around, but listen, I don't even want to talk about it. I fucking hate the tone I use when I talk about it. I sound preachier than those preachers, and my biggest dream is just not to give a shit. But I remember things, like this story about a guy from my hometown. Most macho guy around with a jaw you could sharpen a knife on. He became an actor in Warsaw. Very successful, deservedly so. The capital might not be NYC, but it is still a big city. And big cities go to the heads of bumpkins like us. In his case, it resulted in a dream coming out to his parents. He was surrounded by all these stories of openly queer people, played one even, So he thought he had a chance at making it work. So he goes back to his town, tells everyone he's gonna live his truth. His dad, a ruling party adjacent businessman, curses him. His uncle takes him to the bushes and starts to destroy him physically. It's so bad he gets put in the ICU. His face and jaw get ruined for good. Fast forward a year or two, with his career over, the guy is stuck in his parents' rustic house. With no other path to follow, he turns to God, who tells him to forgive his kin. Everything is fine again. Angelic choirs sing of divine mercy. A kind-looking priest talks about protecting our family. A man sits in the front row of the church, a disfigured smile on his face. But that story alone didn't drive me away. One time, when I saw how blissful he was, I could swear he was actually able to hear God whispering to him. He looked like a saint. It fucked me up so bad I left. I feel nauseated now. Maybe I'm still reeling from hearing about Kara and Jesse Montgomery. Now, if I could never talk about it again, that'd be great. I know that I tend to sound like a loser who gives pontificate about shit I can't change. But at least I keep trying to change myself, damn it. I won't offer empty platitudes, but I think I understand what I was meant to. I hope I haven't insulted you in any way. Whatever, I've learned not to hold people responsible for what the rest of their organization is doing. It would be hard looking in the mirror otherwise. Not that there's much I can see in the mirror right now. I'm just wondering about one thing. There is always a cross on your chest. I like how it goes with my outfit. Is it just a fashionable accessory to you? Good night, Father. Have a good night, Father. I find her sitting in bed, scrolling through Pinterest on her phone. I don't know where the came from. So, how are you doing, detective? Fall on the bed, bury my face in the pillows, and scream. That bad, huh? I don't want to tell her about Double Spiral. Still have to figure out how I feel about it. Just not cut out for this. Oh, shut up. If you aren't, who is? Sherlock Holmes? Hercule. Sorry, my brain is not functioning. Boyrat? I'm not familiar with that one. Columbo, Mads Mikkelsen's boyfriend from Hannibal, whatever his name was. I don't know. Someone who can actually put two and two together. You can't fool me into believing you're incompetent, you dumbass. I've read your articles. Don't pretend you suddenly forgot how to do your job. I haven't, but I've got no evidence, no witnesses, no promising leads, nothing. Just stumble around, assuming things, talking big. Ugh. So you're like, I don't know, Jack Nicholson in Chinatown? And he actually solved his case. And then wished he never took it up. Is that supposed to cheer me up? I'm just saying that the situation you're in sounds an awful lot like Chinatown. Depraved elites, big plans for the city, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and that's depressing. It is what it is. I just think you should approach it this way and look for a solution to your problems outside the box. Not as a mystery, but maybe like a trap to escape. Maybe. I throw myself on the bed again and lie there for a bit, staring at the ceiling. Then I approach Dakota from behind, hug her sleeve to draw her attention. Psst. Hey. Put the phone away. Now? Come on, Jules, we can't do this every night. I've got my own work, and I need to worry about anemia. You said so yourself. Besides, I was just looking for inspiration. I rub against her clothes with my face like a cat. You're impossible. Haven't you noticed what's going on in the news? People are going absolutely insane about this virus, canceling trips and orders, and when did this come out again? Pretty please. I can't, honey. I have to replenish my stash. Besides, I'm worried about overuse. My brain is working a bit too slow, my balance is off, and I was thinking how I miss meditation. She's given me clear signals she just wants an excuse, and even though it would be the responsible thing to do, I know she's insatiable. She's usually the one who takes the initiative. Let's try a final push. I bite her ear and whisper in it. No drugs tonight. Let's do this raw. She throws her hands up in the air. Victory! Jesus, you're greedy these days. Always have been. Haven't you noticed? All right, we are going to call it here. Took me a little over an hour to get through one whole night. Okay, so I'm going to call it here, and we will pick up with our investigation when we come back. I'm very interested to see where this goes and like how it ties into Vita's story. Like, because they worked so hard to cover up that the prince and the baron were bumping uglies, so to speak. And then now the baron's dead. So it's like, what happened? What happened? So, very interested to see where this will go. I'm definitely ready for a break from all of that. I keep needing to clear my throat, and I hate doing that when there's a microphone in front of me because I feel like y'all can hear that gross sound that I'm making. I don't want y'all to hear that. That's gross. Anywho, I'm going to call it here. I will see you guys later. And remember to do something nice for a stranger today. You just might save a life. Bye, guys!